जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदा यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना वनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Hari Naam Sankirtan ki
जय
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की
जय
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
हरे कृष्ण। सभी लोग कीर्तन में भाग नहीं लेते हैं आप लोग सब गाते हैं, जोर से गाते हैं, आवाज क्यों नहीं आते हैं? फिर जोर से गाएंगे तो आवाज तो आना चाहिए। मैं तो अभी तक बधिर नहीं बना हूँ, आई हैव नॉट yet become deaf, so I don't hear much sound from all of you. So once, for the pleasure of Sri Sri Radha Madhav, Sri Sri Jagannath Balle Subhadra Maharani, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, loudly we will chant once Hare Krishna. सभी को जोर से बोलना है। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So why loud? Why to chant so loudly? Suppose if you are electrocuted by the electricity coming into the mobile phone, will there be any effect on you? Any effect? But if it is 230 volts, you will immediately take your hand back. If it is 440 volts, it will be very powerful. So the louder the chanting, bigger the effect on us. Okay, so that's why we should always chant as louder as possible, so that we get electrocuted by the names of Krishna. We should get that electric shock in our life. Otherwise, we are in deep slumber. We are absorbed in materialism. So we need to get up. So that is made possible by chanting the holy names of God. Okay. So whenever screen has come. Okay. So we'll read this shloka and then I will take you through the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Yagnarthat karmanonyatra. So all of you should try to recite this. Even with mistakes, no problem. Try to look at the letters. So, and as much as possible, everybody recite. Okay? Yagnarthat karmanonyatra Lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Tadartham karma kaunteya तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर. So someone can recite. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गसमाचर. Anyone else? यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गसमाचर. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गसमाचरः. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गसमाचर. Anyone else? यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गसमाचर. Okay. We will read through the word to word meaning and then translation and purport. Yagnarthat, done only for the sake of yagna or Vishnu. Karmanaha, than work. Anyatra, otherwise. Lokaha, world. Ayam, this. Karma bandhanaha, bondage by work. Tat, of him. Artham, forsake. Karma, work. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti. Muktasangaha, liberated from association. Samachara, do perfectly. Translation: work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. Purport: since one has to work even for the simple maintenance of the body, the prescribed duties for a particular social position and quality are so made that purpose can be fulfilled. Yagna means Lord Vishnu or sacrificial performances. All sacrificial performances are meant for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. The Vedas enjoin Yagna by Vishnu. In other words, the same purpose is served whether one performs prescribed yagnas or directly serves Lord Vishnu. Krishna consciousness is therefore performance of yagna as is prescribed in this verse. The Varnashrama institution also aims at satisfying Lord Vishnu. Varnashramacharavata purushena parah puman Vishnu aradhyate pantha. This is from Vishnu Puran. Therefore, one has to work for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Any other work done in this material world will be a cause of bondage. For both good and evil work have their reactions, and any reaction binds the performer. Therefore, one has to work in Krishna consciousness to satisfy Krishna or Vishnu. And while performing such activities, one is in a liberated stage. This is the great art of doing work. And in the beginning, this process requires very expert guidance. One should therefore act very diligently under the expert guidance of a devotee of Lord Krishna, or under the direct instruction of Lord Krishna himself, under whom Arjuna had the opportunity to work. Nothing should be performed for sense gratification, but everything should be done for the satisfaction of Krishna. This practice will not only save one from the reaction of work, but also gradually elevate one to transcendental loving service of the Lord, which alone can raise one to the kingdom of God. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganalalita Shri Shakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenbandho Gatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kantamustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalparubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Agum Langhayate Girim Yat Krupatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram. Hare Krishna. So last few weeks we are reading through the Karma Yoga. So in India everybody will have some or other understand what the Karma Yoga is. What is Karma Yoga? If someone is asked, whom should I ask? Yes sir. What is Karma Yoga? Please, all others should maintain silence in the class. Yes. Okay, you want to say? Connecting Krishna through karma, one activity. Yeah, good. Anybody else? Yes. Offering that karma to the Lord, or offering the result is to the Lord? Do it for the sake of Krishna. Good. Very good, very good. Yeah. Understood. Anybody else? Karma Yoga. General popular ideas of Karma Yoga. Yes? Anyone has any understanding or idea? What is Karma Yoga? Doing your duty. Generally what people say? Do your duty. Then you become what? Karma Yogi. So somebody may be working in a slaughterhouse and is so sincere at his duty, all 365 days he goes to office, his work. Will he become a Karma Yogi? But outside public will give him an award, Karma Yogi award they will give. Okay? So only when the work is connected to Krishna, then it becomes Karma Yoga. This is a problem. So only when it's connected. So today we try to go through this chapter. So in the second chapter, in the first chapter, Arjuna gave reasons not to fight, and then Krishna gave elaborately different explanations so that Arjuna will go for the fight. But Krishna gave him so much philosophy, that philosophy, Arjuna thought, the knowledge is greater than doing warfare and all. So Arjuna thought I will just live in the knowledge, Sankhya Yoga. But Krishna said, no, you should fight. Then Arjuna felt Krishna's words are little ambiguous, not very clear. Then Arjuna asks a question to Krishna in the beginning of 3rd chapter. Jasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi Keshava. Why are you asking me again to engage in this ghastly warfare? Not normal. It's very ghastly. Tatkim karmani ghore mam. Ghor karma mein you are engaging me. So now you don't tell me anything with mixed meanings or double meanings. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhir mohaya sivame. Mishrana. Mishrana means what? Mixture. Generally, when somebody gives an instruction, if it's not very clear, you will not know what to do. So Krishna's instruction was like that. Then Arjuna said, no, tell me something in clear. Okay. So if you look at this 3rd chapter, Arjuna is asking question whether renunciation of the work is better or doing one's prescribed duty is better. Okay. Renunciation is called, in Sanskrit, what is renunciation? Tyaga, right? Tyaga, tyag kar dena. Okay, that's renunciation. Like Arjuna is a Kshatriya, he is a king, so he can give up that kingly duty and everything, he can renounce and go into the forest and he may pluck some fruits from the trees and then sit under a tree, do meditation or whatever. Or you don't do anything, but at least you give the kingdom, there is no war, right? That is called Tyaga. That is better, or retaining his position, understanding his position, being a king, he will fight for the justice. What is better? So remember, first few verses are talking about Tyaga, or which is better, Tyaga or prescribed duty. You go to, you can read. Is it readable? Okay. So then, then Krishna will started teaching. He will tell about understanding the karma aspect. So he will tell different yoga systems actually. In the next few verses, Krishna takes Arjuna into different yoga ladder. What is yajna? Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So do your work as a yajna. This is really very strong statement of Krishna. Do your duty like a yajna. Yesterday also in our class, I was talking about the sacrifices. So how we do our work as yajna? So definitely it's very confusing, isn't it? Do your work as yajna, then generally our understanding for yajna is just have some havan kund and bring some grains, some wooden sticks, some pujari will come, sing some mantras, and then you will put in fire all the things, whatever is there. In the end, you will do Purnahuti and then Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You will put Tika and then go. This is yajna. But yajna means actually it is a sacrifice. There are various types of yajnas that will come in the next chapter. Just as we got confused, Arjuna also representing us, he also exhibits confusion. End of the 3rd chapter, end of the 4th chapter. That's why Bhagavad Gita goes ahead. Otherwise, by 2nd chapter, if Arjuna didn't have any doubt, had Arjuna not posed any question to Krishna, then 2nd chapter over. Okay? Then Arjuna would have picked up his bow and arrow and then he would have begun the war. But Arjuna was asking questions. So just like we also keep asking questions. So when we are reading Bhagavad Gita, at least patiently, we should regularly attend these classes because we have to go up to 18th chapter, right? But unfortunately, we come 1 week and next week we are Duma. And maybe after 2-3 weeks we come and then we hear something here, something there. So we will not be in a position to fill the gaps. Very difficult. Actually, after hearing so many times, still the subject won't go and sink into our brain matter. It's not that gross subject. It's very, very fine subject. So for this we need a great attention, very sincere effort, and so much of sincerity is required. Otherwise we will not understand. So here yajna is a sacrifice. So variety of sacrifices. Our work also should be done as a sacrifice to Vishnu. Anything that is done for the sake of Vishnu is a yajna. So in that way, like Arjuna has to perform a big war. He has to fight with so many enemies. Okay? So where is the yajna then? Where is Havan? Where is Kund? No. For him, Havan Kund is the chest of the enemy soldiers. Okay? And Hava Dravya means the materials that you put it into the yajna kund are his arrows. Okay? And who is a performer of yajna? He himself is a performer of yajna. Okay? So he has to throw the arrows. And whatever result comes, let it go to Krishna. That is not his botheration. So Krishna tells, now you do your war like this. Okay? Now that is a Havan Kunda. Now you throw the arrows there. For whose satisfaction? For Krishna's satisfaction, not for himself. So that's why in the purport also Srila Prabhupada is telling that nothing should be performed for the sake of sense gratification. What is the problem if we do something for our own enjoyment? The problem is we get bound to this world. Whenever you do something for yourself, that action will create a reaction. And that reaction will bind you to this world. And you will not become free anytime in the future. It will just bind you. Okay? But if you render the same activity for the sake of Krishna, there won't be any reaction. Because you are not doing it for yourself. Just like a soldier killing so many enemy soldiers is not a sin. Is it a sin? Same gun, same bullets he is shooting on the enemies on the order of the Prime Minister or whatever, our Defense Minister. So he is doing and nobody punishes him, right? But he comes to Hyderabad and then he picks up a fight with someone and then he will shoot one bullet on someone. What will happen? Immediately he will be jailed. Immediately, right? Even on a enemy soldier also, he is not supposed to release a bullet unless he gets the permission from the higher authority. Isn't it? Like in the China border, no Indian army person is supposed to open the fight. It's a rule. Even Chinese soldiers also, they don't. So, on their own, they are not supposed to do. Similarly, our Arjuna also should fight for the sake of Krishna. Then it becomes yajna. If not, then that becomes a bondage. So, naturally, all of us wants to enjoy the world by doing different activities. Isn't it? Every one of us do activities for having some pleasure. But what happens? Those activities, instead of giving us pleasure, they make us more and more hankering for happiness. Okay? They only make you hanker for happiness. You will not become happy. If that is so, at least one person we should be able to see that this fellow is fully satisfied, is sitting quietly. We don't find anyone like that. So that means everyone is hankering. Empty glass. Now, an example I will give you. When you are passing through an ocean, okay, you are sailing through an ocean, you are feeling thirsty. Can you take water directly from the ocean? Why? Whether it is salty or not, that ocean water will not quench your thirst. It cannot quench your thirst. You can drink any amount of ocean water because so much water is there around you, but it is not in a position to quench your thirst. So similarly, this world is an ocean of material enjoyment. So many varieties of enjoyments are there. Okay? But that enjoyment will not make you happy. None of those enjoyments will make you happy. Because you are taking it directly and it's salty. Okay? As she said, it is salty and it doesn't have capability to quench your thirst. So material enjoyment nature is also the same. It will not be in a position to quench our thirst. It will never make us happy. Okay? But the same water, sun will make it evaporate. Okay? Sun absorbs water, and when it comes back in the form of rain water, what will happen? It has got a different potency. Its quality is different. It can quench your thirst. Similarly, we try to enjoy directly, and the direct enjoyment will not make us happy. Instead, you do your activity for the sake of Krishna. You offer it to Krishna. Okay? As a yagna. And then there will be some yagna phala comes. Right? And then you partake that yagna phala. Okay? And then that has got potency to quench your happy. Make you happy, quench your thirst. This is a simple principle. That's why in ISKCON temple or in any temple per se, they don't serve food. What do they serve? Prasadam. What is the difference between food and prasadam? Food is also this same, like food is like ocean water. Okay? Which has got sin in it. Okay? Which has got sin in it. Just like in the ocean water, what is there in it? Salt is there. Now, when it is offered to Krishna, what is taken away from the food? The sin is taken away. Okay? And when you take the prasadam, it is free from sin. Just like rain water is free from salt. So, this is the system of yagna. Somehow the signal gets lost. Yeah, it's okay. I should make some time settings in it. So I'll show you one nice chart. In this world, mostly when the kids are small or even many human beings, they are on the animal platform. Like, what is the nature of animal? Khana, pena, sona. This is what the animals do, right? And if there is some danger, they will defend themselves. Whenever they feel like having children, so they will procreate and they'll increase their numbers and then they go on, right? Ahara nidra bhayamai thunamja samanyamedat Pashubir Narana. If human beings are also doing only these four things, they are also equal to animals. Okay? So many people will be on the animal level. Okay? And some people will learn little rules and regulations and they will be very firmly fixed to those rules. They may not even know the purpose of the rule, but they will have some way of worship, some mode of religion. No, it should be done like this only. How you should pray the Lord? You should pray the Lord only on the knees. You cannot stand and pray the Lord. Somebody says, no, you should pray the Lord only standing and praying. Different religions are formed only out of this kind of differences. And then they will strictly follow. They are called karma kandis. Okay? They do everything for their own pleasure. Okay? They render some karma kanda, some rituals. Okay? Those rituals will benefit them materially. They are not interested in any other thing, but they are interested in some material benefit. See, if you pray the God, God will give you the bread. Huh? Oh God, give me my bread. Oh God, give me my car. People pray like this. So, they have certain rules, regulations. Somebody will go on Fridays and pray, somebody may go on Sundays and pray, somebody may go on Thursday and pray. शुक्रवार में कोई लोग जाते हैं, ऐसा अलग अलग. They do everything on that particular day, other days, whatever, These people are called karmakandis. In this, even some people may chant Vedic mantras and then they quote Vedas and then do so many yagnas and havans and everything. But the purpose is what? To have some enjoyment in this world. I want a son, so I will do this yagna and then I will have son. Like that. They are called karmakandas. But when a person understands that in this world, do whatever, the real enjoyment is missing out. Okay? I must do something beyond. But that person still will have some attachment to the result. Okay? I am doing this. He has affinity to work, okay, and attachment to result. Both are there. But he has an understanding of the Lord, and higher understanding. Okay, a higher understanding is developed. Then he will raise to Sakama Karma Yoga. Okay, so what he will do? He has inclination to work, so he will do the work. He has attachment to the result also. He will work for the result, but whatever result comes, he will give it back to Krishna. Okay, so that is a higher level. Okay, they are called Sakama Karma Yogis. And then a person will give up the attachment to the result, the phala, karma phala. So he will have some affinity to do work, like in the case of Arjuna, Arjuna is a Kshatriya. So for Kshatriya, fighting is his, ability. Some affinity is there to that work. But he doesn't have any affinity to or attachment to the result. So then, without having any attachment to the result when he is doing his work, that is called Nishkama Karma. Okay? So Sakama, and then the next level is Nishkama. And then from the Nishkama level, he will adopt the transcendental knowledge. Okay, when he doesn't have any apeksha, attachment to the result, he develops knowledge. Okay, so then he will perform all activities on the level of knowledge. He develops the knowledge. He becomes a Gnana Yogi. Okay, so earlier he was Karma Yogi. Okay, and after that, he may not even work. He doesn't have any attachment to the result, and then he will lose affinity to the work also. He becomes a Gnana Yogi. And then when he is very much firmly situated in Gnana, he will do meditation of the Supreme Lord. Okay, he becomes a Ashtanga Yogi. Okay, and then he will perform Ashtanga Yoga, and in the perfection of that Ashtanga Yoga process, he understands completely that Vasudevam Sarvamiti he understands Supreme Lord is everything. And within his heart, he will see the Supreme Lord and he starts rendering service to the Supreme Lord. Then he becomes a Bhakti Yogi. Okay? Now it's a ladder. A person who is at the level of animal state, he will gradually raise from one step to other step to next step. Like that, he becomes a Bhakti Yogi. Okay? You see, Krishna says in this chapter, Sahayagna Praja Srishta Puravacha Prajapatihi Anena Prasavishvad Bam Eshave Twista Kamadruk. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods along with sacrifices for Vishnu. So, when the Lord has created, He sent all different types of sacrifices. Why? And blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this yajna, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. So, when the Lord has created, He has sent all the different types of yajnas. So, by rendering these yajnas, you can live very happily. You want A, you perform yajna, maybe X. You want B, you do yajna Y. Like for everything, different yajnas are prescribed in the Vedas. Okay, who has prescribed all this? Krishna only has prescribed, right? So He has given a way to live happily in this world, because we want to live in this world happily. And while living happily, you understand this point. In that course, gradually you elevate, and then you will attain liberation. Mukti mil jayega end of the day. Okay? This is the system that Krishna has created. But unfortunately, do we see any yajnas these days? Any yajnas do we see? Kai karte hai yajna? Koi nahi karte hai. And do we see people living very happily? Do we see? At least I don't see. Because at least in front of me, people open their heart, and wherever we touch, they will open their family problem, their health problem, their financial problem, their academics problem. So many varieties of problems. A political problem, like all varieties of problems we see in this world. Why? Because yajnas are all completely gone. All the yajnas are gone. Now nowadays no one is having any knowledge of those yajnas. Right? That's why people are also not able to live happily. People are trying so hard to live happily. The governments and different NGOs, everyone is working hard to make all of us happy. But unfortunately, that's not possible. We are not becoming happy. The families are breaking. People are killing each other. Every day you open newspaper, my God, it's... yesterday I was trying to take resolution, I don't know, not to read newspaper anymore. Because so many ghastly news in the newspaper every day. So, people are not living happily. That is evidence we can see that we have, because we have left yajnas. So, now, is this the only way to live happy? Okay, we will see. Okay. There is, if you want to climb to the 99th floor of the building, you will have staircase also, you will have lift also. Okay. So one can become a bhakti yogi gradually, step by step. One can attain bhakti yoga, maybe, after climbing 98th floor, he will reach 99th floor. But there is another way, elevator is there, lift is there, just you go stand in the lift and then press the button. It will immediately take you to the 99th floor. So which process anybody will opt in that case? Lift or elevator? Lift or elevator? Everybody. Correct. I agree. But if people don't know that there is lift, then what they will do? They'll take steps. People don't have an aim to go to 99th floor. They have something to do with only the second floor. What they will do? Their item of interest is in the second floor. What they will do? They will, even if they enter into the lift, they will press number 2 button and go to the second floor, and there may be a cafeteria in the second floor, and then you try to understand this analogy. Not everybody will just go into the lift and press 99 number button. Each one has a different understanding. Somebody may not even look at the lift. They may not even know that there is lift existing. They'll see the staircase and they'll see 10 other people are walking through the staircase. Those who are inside the lift, you don't see them. Right? Lift is not seen generally. But staircase, you see people walking through the staircase. Oh, these people are going, let me also go. Many people are like that. People, that's why people talk karma yoga, gnana yoga, dhyana yoga. Especially in these days, meditation is in big demand. Everyone, I am doing meditation, every day I do meditation, like that people talk. But they don't know where they should go. You ask meditation people, 99% people, why are you doing meditation? What they will give answer? Any of you have friends who do meditation? What answer they give? Peace of mind. One. Okay. Merge into the God, rarely anyone say. Mostly peace of mind. Yeah. Anybody has any friends who do meditation? To raise the concentration level. Pardon? Okay. Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. So today I will extend the class. So in reality, people do not have a goal to go to the 99th floor or 100th floor, whatever, topmost floor. They do not have any information about it. Even when someone says, they will not repose their faith in that. Do you think 100th floor exists? No, I don't believe. Bus. So many people don't take lift, they just take the staircase, or they may stuck on some level and then they live just there only. But Bhagavad Gita suggests one must attain liberation, one must attain Krishna. How we attain Krishna is through bhakti, and one can enter into the bhakti yoga in the beginning itself, even from the animal stage. Okay, even from the animal stage, one can render bhakti. Just like when Prabhupada was giving a class like this in the room in New York City, when ISKCON was new, and many variety of people would come, and one person used to come always drunk or drugged. Nasha mein aata tha. And devotees used to get irritated with him. One day, that fellow, like that, will come into the class with a toilet roll, and he walks straight into the toilet, and he fixed the toilet roll, and then he just pay obeisance and go away. Prabhupada observes, this fellow is coming even in a drunken state. He is doing little service of fixing one toilet roll in the toilet so that devotees will use it. And then Prabhupada notices that, and says, his devotion has begun. Okay? Means he is in the lift. From what state? From animal state. He is in the lift. So one is in the lift. What happens? Next time when he comes to Prabhupada, he has actually bowed down also. He surrendered to the devotee. This is the process of devotion, Bhakti Yoga. How Bhakti Yoga works on us? We surrender to a devotee. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshantite gnanam gnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So we surrender to the devotee, a sadhu, a guru, and then we ask questions and we understand the tattva gnana from the tattva darshana. Okay? And then what happens? That guru will instruct, hey, take the beats, okay? Take the chanting beats and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay? And immediately that fellow, he has faith on the devotee, then he will take the beats and he will start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Has he become a great devotee? Has he gone to the 100th floor? Not yet. But he is in the lift. Lift is going. Without his intervention, he is in the lift. Lift is already pressed with 99 number button. Okay? Then he will gradually go. So he will start his sadhana bhakti. Okay? He will start sadhana. What Guru said? Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay? Then he will start chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then Guru will say, along with the chanting, you must follow 4 regulative principles. You were drinking alcohol, right? No, no, no. This is not good. You should stop drinking alcohol. Is it? I should stop drinking alcohol. Let me give it a try. So then he will stop drinking alcohol. No smoking. No no type of intoxication is allowed. Is it? Then he will stop everything. No meat eating. That also he will stop taking. And no intoxication, no meat eating. And then you should learn to see all women as your mothers. Matru paradharamscha. He will say, no illicit sex. Yes, yes, Guru Maharaj. And then don't speak lies. Don't do gambling. He will say, okay. This is all sadhana. Okay. Because you surrender to Guru, whatever Guru says, he will take it. Only they should surrender to a bona fide Guru, not Dongi Guru. It's very important. Those who are not changing, those who are not transforming the life, that means they are surrendered to a Dongis. But those who are surrendered to Pramanik Guru will engage him. He will guide him to the right path. Then, when his sadhana is perfect, 4 regulative principles and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra sincerely, gradually, unknowingly it will elevate him. He will appear in 90th floor after some time. He was an animal before and now he became a great sadhu. Can we give any example like that? Any example we can take out from our scriptures? Who was like an animal, became a great sadhu? First name Valmiki. Hunter, dacoit, very, very low class person who can't even utter Rama. The simplest 2 syllables, he couldn't utter Rama. But he was made to utter, in a indirect way. And not just by chanting Lord Rama's name, he became a great sage. He entered into Bhama, Prema, everything. Okay? He came to the 100th floor. How was that possible? It is a expressway. It's very fast. That is called Bhakti Yoga. Many people are attracted by different processes of yoga and they all think Bhagavad Gita is advising us to do yoga of meditation. Bhagavad Gita is advising us to do karma yoga. Bhagavad Gita is advising us to do gnana yoga. No. Bhagavad Gita is telling us to do bhakti yoga. Okay. But it is also, Krishna also tells different levels. Okay. And at the same time he tells, this is the direct way. You worship me. Man mana bhava bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. So just you worship me. And then mame vaishyasi yuktva evam atmanam matparayana. You become my parayana. So this is what is advised by Krishna to Arjun. Okay. So this is what karma yoga, the underlying principle of karma yoga. Initially, if we are asked, don't do any work, just do bhakti. Is that possible for us? No, right? So we do all our activities as yagna. Without doing activity, nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karmakrit karyate yavasha karma sarva prakriti jayavana. Because we are already under the control of 3 modes of material nature. So according to our material modes, we do some or other activity. And without doing any activity, we cannot exist ourselves. We need to maintain this body, right? So now anyhow you have to do some work. Do that work for the pleasure of me, and then you will be free from the karma. Then one question always comes, why should we do our prescribed duty? Any reason? Why should we do? Without doing, what will happen by not doing our prescribed duty? The problem is, when we render our duty, we go through purification. when we render our duty sincerely, we go through purification. If we neglect our duty, we are bound by the karma of not doing. Okay? So that's why we do our duty thinking that whether good result comes or bad result comes. One thing surely happens, we get purified when we do it sincerely. So that's why Krishna says, now you do your duty so that you will get purified, and then gradually develop your bhava and prema, all those things later. So then Krishna explains one cycle here. Yeah. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhava yagnat bhavati parjanyo yagna. Yeah. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhava yagnat bhavati parjanyo yagna karma samudbhavaha. So Krishna says all living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yagna, and yagna is born of prescribed duty. So yagna is also coming from the performance of the duty. So this cycle Krishna has created, and when somebody is into this cycle, they can live very happily. Okay, you do yagna, you get yagna phala, okay, and then you eat only that yagna phala. How you do that? You do yagna, yagna will produce rain, rain will come back to you it will come back to you, that will produce grains, you eat those grains, okay. Of course, before eating those grains, first grains you will use it for yagna again. So you use the rains for doing yagna, and that yagna will produce rain, and then yagna will produce rain, rain will produce grains, grains are used for the yagna, yagna will produce rain, will produce grains. So in this cycle, if you live, you can live peacefully in this world. But nowadays, quite often, there will be droughts and floods and so many disturbances. Why? These disturbances will come only because of non-performance of the yagnas. Okay? Non-performance of yagnas. So sometimes we may doubt, even in the Western countries, nobody perform yagna. Still they get rains, or they may get good amount of rains, grains and all. How it is understood? So Krishna will award something or other, even he will give something to even ocean, everyone. Okay, some minimum things he will do for everyone. But this non-performance of yagna will cause disturbance in the society. That is the point here. Even if nice rain is there is war, example. Still people cannot live happily, isn't it? So some way or other, the enjoyment is disturbed when there is no yagna. So like that, Krishna explains the cycle of sacrifice, and then he will give some examples in those who have done this karma yoga very nicely. He will give some exemplary yogis who have rendered the karma yoga and who have perfected. Okay? So those things we will learn in the next section, maybe in the next class. Okay? So like that, karma yoga goes. I hope I have explained to some extent. Definitely there will be more doubts, and as we hear again and again, and class after class, section after section of Bhagavad Gita, our understanding will become deepened and becomes more and more crystal clear. Okay? If you have any doubt, maybe we can spend few minutes. Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, one is karmi. Where is that chart? Yeah. Where is Sakama Karma Kanda?
There is before this. There is an this.
No, Sakama Karma Yoga, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, not this one, Prabhu.
This
First
one?
This one, Prabhu, yes. See, animal life, after animal life, Karma Kanda is there, and then
Yeah.
Sakama Karma Yoga is there, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So, in Karma Kanda also, just do some karma, but like, nobody does any karma without expecting any result. So, Karma Kanda is something theory. So, because everybody expects some result. Can we think something like that? It is
Yeah,
theory.
everyone will expect some result and then do.
They do. Otherwise, nobody does any karma. So, that is merely theoretical point of view.
Which one?
That Karma Kanda.
No, Karma Kanda is like, you will have an aim of result. Aiming the result, you will perform certain yagnik activity. Then it becomes Karma Kanda.
But that is also
Like, I want to get good marks, then you study hard. That is karma. Okay? But to get good marks, you perform a yagna where, you will get the top, you will become the topper somehow or other. That is part of Karma Kanda. Okay?
But that is also same as Sakama Karma. But Sakama Karma Yoga also doing.
No. Sakama Karma Yoga, you have an understanding of the Lord. This is the next level.
Okay.
You have an understanding of the Lord. I must give up the results to the Lord. That's Sakama Karma Yoga. You have desire, but you still have a knowledge that I must offer the result to Krishna.
But he doesn't give.
No.
Sakama Karma.
He may give also, but he has attachment to the result. When it comes to Nishkama, he doesn't even have attachment.
Got it.
See, in Sakama, you have attachment to the work, attachment to the result. In Nishkama, you have attachment to the work, but no attachment to the result. In Bhakti, you do not have attachment to the work, you do not have attachment to the result, but still you render the work. That is Bhakti. That's why a Bhakti yogi, whatever work is asked to do by his guru or by his authority, he will go and do. Whether he likes it or he doesn't like it, it doesn't mind. He will go and do it and he doesn't care for the result. That is what is Bhakti Yoga. Different levels.
Got it.
Yeah.
So in Karma Kanda only, Krishna doesn't come because he thinks
Yes,
that, okay, this
Krishna doesn't
I have
come.
to get it. That is what his expectations.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can you think that Karma Kanda, Sakama Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga, until these three parts, it's a Karma Yogi?
No, Karma Kanda, we don't say Karma Yogi. It is from Sakama Karma Yoga is a basic, like lower level of Karma Yoga. And Nishkama Karma Yoga is higher level of Karma Yoga. And when he elevates, either he can become a Bhakti Yogi directly, surpassing Gnana and Ashtanga. Or he can go through Gnana and Ashtanga. It's up to an individual, But the Karma Yoga will begin from Sakama Karma Yoga. The fruits have to be offered back to Krishna.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you.
Chanting is one of the elements to reach higher state of enlightenment.
Yeah, chanting is, yeah.
So there are few distractions or thoughts that we get while we do that. How do I avoid such things? Maybe it
Okay,
is very
when we
essential.
chant Hare Krishna Mahamantras, a lot of distractions come in the mind. And what we should do? We should just chant. We should continue to chant. We should show our determination that no matter what, I will continue to chant. And then these distractions come and go. Okay, and newer distractions will come definitely. But you will exhibit your determination to do that. Sadhana means you are practicing to chant. And when Krishna showers his mercy, your attachment to these things will become null and void. It takes time, maybe little time, and that all depends on how much serious we are. But what can we do when there is a distraction in the mind? We cannot just, we cannot just hold the mind and then, these are all artificial ways of doing. But we continue our determination and we become more and more prayerful to Krishna, and we avoid situations and circumstances which will disturb us as much as possible. But still many things will be out of our control. We don't care. What we can do is we are doing. What we can do is already done by us. Then rest is left to Krishna, and Krishna will work on those things. Only thing we should exhibit of determination that I will practice. Whatever this is what is told to me, I will do it. And then distractions won't really matter. Yeah, when we strictly doing what is advised to. This is what is my take. Then we will take advice from the teachers. What can I do like that? As you are asking now. So we always try to keep ourselves in the sadhu sangha. We regularly read Bhagavad Gita, and the mind will be like, will not be so much disturbed when we are in touch with this book. And when we attend satsangas like this, when we worship Krishna, these things will subdue our distractions. And that we should do. Favorable things we should do. Unfavorable things we should avoid. Yeah? But determination to chanting the holy names, we should continue. Any other questions? Anyone? Pardon? Okay, that maybe next class we will take. That is for Ashtanga Yoga. Gnana, the realization at different levels. What a Gnana Yogi will attain, the highest attainment to Gnana Yogi, that one. Okay. Hare Krishna, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanand.